Um, my name is DeVore, and I grew up here in Aspen. And I'm 25 years old, and I'm a telemark skier mainly. I think telemarking is more graceful, maybe more fluid than alpine skiing. And for me, it is a kind of a form of meditation or yoga. Yeah, other people have definitely asked me, where do I go after skiing Denali or skiing some of these big lines, and for me, I kind of wish that I could just go out and ski groomers and enjoy skiing, and but really, I think if I'm not improving, I probably wouldn't continue doing it, and not necessarily pushing it on the extreme side of things, but just getting better at what I do. Once you start skiing, the magic just happens, and I kind of surprise myself with my performance oftentimes, and I just ski it better or more creatively than I sort of even thought possible, and so I wouldn't necessarily say it's the adrenaline rush, so to speak, but it's just it's just so much fun to be able to kind of perform better than you ever have before, and to it's kind of it's a dance with the mountains, it's just really fun to telemark ski down a mountain really fast. I used to jump off more cliffs than I do now. I'm kind of trying to stay away from that a little bit. I'm getting a little smarter with my body.
Well, no one can see that you're laid up right now on your couch.
Well, about 2 weeks ago, I was out backcountry skiing with some friends and was caught in an avalanche that took me into some rocks. And I basically hip checked a rock and broke my femur, and then was buried up to my neck in the avalanche. It had been snowing here for weeks, and we weren't really getting out in the backcountry much because we knew that there was a lot of new snow and the avalanche danger would be high. And then it was the first blue sky day, and we decided to go out to the M&M chutes, and we chose that area because they're pretty short chutes. I guess after skiing big mountains in Alaska and big mountains in Colorado and around the world, I guess I was just overconfident and kind of felt like I could, if it did slide, I could just kind of outski the avalanche and just go straight to the bottom because it was such a short run. But I jumped into the line, and the chute fractured out, and it was really wet snow, so it kind of just sucked my ankles into it, and I couldn't really escape. And then it just took me right into this rock. Then I went down with the avalanche, kind of tumbling, and there was a point where I was kind of my head was in the snow, and that was pretty scary. I just kept moving the snow out from my face so I could have an air pocket, and then the snow came to a stop. My friend Chris was on a snowmobile, and he came up very quickly and checked on me, and I was all right. I was breathing and everything. So then he dug me out. While my friends took the snowmobiles and went to get cell service and call for help. And I was there for 2 hours, lying in the snow, and I got really cold because I was just lying in the snow and I was shivering, and that was really hurting my leg. And it was by far the most painful thing I've ever experienced, and I was just holding my friend's hand and squeezing it and screaming at the top of my lungs. And luckily the sheriff's department called the Flight for Life, and the helicopter came. Yeah, I've been hurt way too many times before, and I actually broke my scapula in December this year. I tumbled into a rock, and I thought potentially I'd broken my back initially, and I think I bruised my lungs and ribs. My dad was a National Geographic photographer, as you know, and I grew up traveling a lot with my parents and kind of fell in love with it. And in high school and out of high school, I continued to travel, and I would work and save up just enough money to travel. And so initially it was all on my own will to go travel. And then thankfully in the last few years, my sponsors have started to pay for a lot of my travel. I initially sort of got put in contact with Black Diamond and was just testing their gear, And then I started competing, and I was doing well in competitions, and I did well in the Colorado Free Skiing Series, and then I started to get more sponsors, and then I sort of became officially sponsored, and since then I guess every year it's been getting better and better, and I've been developing a more intimate, better relationship with them. Yeah, I would say luckily I'm one of the few telemark skiers who is able to kind of make a living doing what I'm doing now. You should get my mom on film.
I don't want to know.
Well, I used to throw fits sometimes when she'd try and take me to Powder Pandas, and she'd have to bring me out there in my pajamas, and so she's definitely been a huge advocate for what I do, and has really helped me and pushed me and supported what I do, and she might not have really known what she was getting herself into, and but she's still really supportive, and I think she kind of trusts my intuition and that I make good choices, which I do some of the time. In the past few years, I think I've had to do a little more kind of soul searching and looking deeper into like why I do it, and why should I keep doing it, and why should I keep pushing it, especially if it's that dangerous, and if it's, is it worth risking my health of my body and my life to do it. I've had quite a few friends pass away in the last few years skiing. Skiing is it's kind of changed from a sport and a fun thing to do more into I don't know, sort of a prayer, or just a way of life, and a way of kind of communing with nature, and with the earth and the seasons it provides, and it's really an amazing way to an excuse to put you in touch with the aliveness of the earth.